Say man, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Quez the Plug, man. I'm back into the banger, man. We back with the final part of the Dream Team documentary, bro. I'm a little sick, so bear with me. But final part. Hey, this documentary going crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I'm loving it so far. I think where we left off at, they had just beat Barkley on it, or they beat somebody. I know 22 Kukok's on the team. They just beat them. So we finna see their journey, man. Beautiful documentary. I'm loving every second of it. Thank y'all for recommending to me. I'm happy I finally got to it. I know it took me months to get to it, but hey, I'm busy, man. I was busy. Even now, first week of classes, second week of classes, so going through a lot right now, you know. Adjusting back to schools on like a month break. Even my break, I was working, so had a lot going on. But before we get to, make sure y'all like, comment, trying to see next, subscribe. And on that road to 4K, we 300, less than 300 subs away. Let's do it, man. 2024, I want 10K subs. 2024 at least. I'm locking in. Let's do it.
And its detractors.
This team of All-Stars is almost too good. Is it a positive or a negative?
The question was now being asked. Was the Dream Team too great for its own good?
Was the team too great for its own good? What does that even mean? Too cocky? Too confident?
This team of All-Stars is almost too good. Some think that we should go back to the collegians. It's been too easy.
Oh, okay. So when we were sending our college players out here and we was getting whooped, it was okay. Hey, everything fine. But now we sending our best players. Now it's unfair. Now it's unfair. We had college kids playing against pros, but now it's unfair. We sending our pros out there. That makes sense.
Of All-Stars is almost too good. Some think that we should go back to the collegians. It's been too easy. I think then we ought to ban the African runners from the 10,000 meters.
Facts. Just because they nice, we niggas ain't banning Usain Bolt from the Olympics because he will win it every year. Like what? I love that comeback, that remark, David Stern.
We ought to ban the African runners from the 10,000 meters because they make it look so easy as well. This is about our best, and this is wonderful for the sport of basketball.
Facts. Now, like, the whole world get to see basketball play at the highest level, bro. At the highest level.
This is about our best, and this is wonderful for the sport of basketball.
Irvin, there's been some comments that the Dream Team is getting all the attention and there seems to be some resentment about it. Have you heard about it and do you have any feelings about it?
Basically, you know, we haven't heard about it. We're just here to do our job.
The media may have been looking for signs of a backlash, but in Barcelona and in the world beyond, the embrace of the Dream Team is universal.
You're gonna stand out and root against Picasso? I mean, seriously. They rooted for genius at work.
I kept thinking that the attention would dissipate. They're going to play the first game. They're going to win by 60. People are going to go back and watch track.
Back to watch track? Who?
To give Team USA a 60-point lead.
60-point lead is OC.
It didn't. It kept building and building and building.
The U.S. with another trouncing 120.
Patrick Ewing.
Workers were trying to get autographs. The security people were trying to get autographs. All the athletes were standing on side like a parade.
Crazy, man. Imagine playing teams, bro. And the other opposing team is trying to get y'all autographs. It's like, dang. It's like it's like you playing fans at this point. You literally playing against fans.
People perceived us as being superheroes.
This was a blowout. U.S.
The guy on the bench is taking pictures. And I said, wow, we are having an effect over here.
Wait, what? A person on a bench, bro. He's literally playing against them. And he's taking pictures because he's so amazed that he's playing against Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. Like, that's the type of impact that they had. They didn't even know they had on people around the world.
And I said, wow, we are having an effect over here.
Man, good pass, MJ. Clyde got to dunk that.
It was as if the President of the United States was in the midst of a caravan that was going through the streets.
It's like the Beatles, where there's thousands and thousands of people waiting all the time.
That's the most exhilarating 15 seconds of my life.
We're like,
exhilarating?
wow,
She's glazing.
This is amazing.
No one member of the Dream Team reveled in the Olympic experience more than Charles Barkley.
Hey, Charles Barkley built for the camera, man. Like, Barkley just got that appeal, the aura. Bro he got charisma. Like, Charles Barkley definitely built for the camera. For sure.
After throwing the controversial elbow against Angola,
I forgot about that. Menace.
Barkley had emerged as the team's most visible player.
Oh yeah, in the comments y'all said that bro was not throwing elbows at first. Charles Barkley just did it just because he a demon.
Everybody always had the same question. How much of an ass is Charles Barkley?
Hey Jack, when am I gonna be on the cover of Sports Illustrated for this stuff? I should be on the Dream Team cover.
And then every time...
And he embraced that villain role. He embraced it.
Illustrated for this stuff. I should be on the Dream Team cover.
And then every time you'd go spend time with him, you know, you'd just realize that he was the most enjoyable act, not only in all of sports, but possibly in all of pop culture.
Sometimes I dream that he is me. I'm just want to be like Chuck. I mean Mike.
Right away, I told my editors, I said, well, the number one angle here is what is Charles doing?
And if you wanted the answer to that question, all you had to do was follow the crowds.
They're like, we don't want you guys out and about because we don't know how safe it is. And I'm like, dude, I'm at the Olympics. I'm not going to stay in my room the whole time.
Man, I forgot about that. Imagine not being able to enjoy going to a foreign country because you an NBA star. You one of the biggest like known people in that country right now on the planet. So you can't even as you've seen in the clips before, like in the other parts. They brought their family with them. It wasn't just them. So they had their family trying to experience these foreign countries they've never been to, have fun, you know, like family time. They can't even do that because you got crazy fans. You never know what somebody gonna try and do to them. So I know that's the worst part, being a celebrity, not having comfort, like going outside and you gotta constantly have security, constantly look over your back, like crazy.
So Barkley strolled Los Ramblas, a man of the people if ever there was one.
Man, I walked up and down the Rumbles every night, and the people were fantastic. They all wanted autographs and wanted to take pictures.
We could be inside the hotel. Soon we heard the big roar.
I know Magic loved the camera.
We said, there go Charles. So Charles would be walking, and then thousands would be following him everywhere he went. You know, he was the Pied Piper.
Yeah, Charles had a
Charles
time.
would go over to the village and like find the Angolan players and hang out along the Ramblas at night. He was the most memorable person of the 1992 Olympics.
Tough.
I just saw this touch he had. I don't think anybody else in the world could have done it besides Charles Barkley.
MJ probably playing golf or something.
At the end of the day, he was America's best ambassador.
Barkley was celebrated for experiencing the Olympics
Look at Shorty. She ready to give it up.
his own terms. More quietly, one of his teammates found a way to do the same.
We had the motorcycle escorts and we buzzed through traffic like Dick Tracy. But this one day we got stuck in traffic and we're just sitting there. Finally I said, that's it. Let's go. Anybody wants to go with me? I'm heading.
He'd get off the bus and his family met him. He started walking right through the middle of everybody and nobody noticed him.
That's crazy. I mean, you look at John Stockton, he do look like a regular guy, but still, bro. Hey, whole lot of casuals out there. All they know is MJ, Charles Barkley, you know, the Larry Birds, the Patrick Ewings, the big stars, but they don't know about John Stockton. A bunch of casuals. That's all it is. But still, though, that's actually great, though. Imagine you an NBA superstar, but you can still walk around the society as a normal person. Hey, it feels great. Now you don't worry about people harming your family, people coming up to you. You can just walk around and enjoy life.
On the bus, sit and walk down the street, and I'm saying to myself, I would give anything to do what he just
See? Exactly what I was about to say. What I said.
See, guys, this is called the Ramblas. See all the footprints? All right.
So Las Ramblas, it's like Times Square or something. There's just so many people walking. I'm 6'1". I'm about the average size of everybody else on that little walk. So I'm walking with my family and I have the camera and nobody's noticing.
I think it's the sunglasses that's fooling. Must be. Hi, you're from America. Yeah. Whereabouts? Whereabouts? Massachusetts.
He from America. He don't even know who John Stockton is. Casual.
You been watching the Dream Team at all? Yeah. They're pretty good, aren't they? Yeah.
Nah.
No attention whatsoever. Finally, we ran across this lady who had the dream team and all the pictures on her T-shirt.
Hi. Are you American?
Of course.
You look wonderful.
Why, thank you.
I'm not even gonna lie. First of all, no way she wearing a shirt and don't even recognize a player in front of her face that's on the shirt. That's crazy. But still, did he just say she looked wonderful? I know he talking about the shirt, but still. Imagine 2024 he said that in front of his wife. 2024. With how we are today, she probably would have smacked him in his face.
Hey guys, do you know any of those guys on there?
So like, she literally pointing at bro. She still don't,
I
can't
think my
tell.
oldest son Houston ruined the surprise.
That's your dad? Too bad he's not here. I do, yeah. I can't go anywhere without being bugged. Really not much different from Michael Jordan walking through here.
For the players, surreal experiences had become the norm. But even more memorable were the unlikely friendships developing behind the curtain.
Yeah, that's my favorite part about the Dream Team for real, is them being able to, all the superstars in the league, and being able to develop that bond and chemistry, like not going at each other, just having fun, being guys, man. That's what the league needed, for real.
But even more memorable were the unlikely friendships developing behind the curtain.
It was a unique mix. You know, Larry Bird and Patrick Ewing became like best friends.
That's a crazy duo.
I got a white guy from Indiana, and I got a brother from Jamaica.
Patrick said I could pick his mind. It took me 3 minutes now.
Look at the smile on Patrick's face, bro. You can tell he's genuinely happy, bro. Bird literally, like, is probably the greatest person ever. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Bird just, Bird got Patrick blushing. Pause.
We were probably the two of the most unlikely people you thought that would be friends. But if you look, not only Larry and I got to be great friends, but all of those guys got to be much better friends. We all enjoyed each other. We all enjoyed the
Oh my
ride.
God, look at the Olympics. Those are Olympic sevens. Good God, they look better. OG.
And we got a sense of each other as men.
OG's
then,
hard.
when we got to the court, it made it even better.
The Dream Team's chemistry turned out to be the hallmark of their success, as the players closed in on what they came for. Their big margins of victory may have been a testament to their dominance, but numbers couldn't capture what made watching them so unforgettable.
Guys played the best basketball you've ever seen in your life. There was literally like great poetry and great art.
At times you feel you're watching a performance, a concert, rather than a basketball competition.
This was fun. This was like, it's how basketball's supposed to be.
And at the center of the fun was the team's biggest star, who had come to Barcelona at the peak of his powers and shown how much his popularity had exploded.
Oh, Jordan. I know this will show Jordan that he really the man, for real, for
I
real.
will say this one thing about Michael Jordan. I've been around other celebrities in my life. I've never seen people react like they do to him. People go crazy when they see him.
Nah, the way she going crazy is OD.
In every corner of the world, there was someone who just wanted to see him.
Please, Michael Jordan!
No one had the sort of pull, the gravity that Michael Jordan had.
Man.
Jordan had initially come to Barcelona reluctantly, but an early morning trip just before the gold medal game revealed how meaningful his Olympic experience had become.
What time in the morning is it right now? 6:30, 6:45, 47, something like that.
Sipping the coffee.
It's gotta be early.
Jordan cool as hell, but his style was terrible.
Can we go down?
Terrible drip.
Where you from?
Albuquerque.
Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Big fan of yours. Everyone's a big fan of yours.
She trying to get crushed.
Hell
Hell no.
Last night I hit my wall, man. I couldn't make a basket.
What are you doing up so early?
I do remember getting up early to walk into the stadium.
That is the thing that I remember the most about the Olympics.
Olympic Stadium. And Imagine all the athletes that's been here before us. It's amazing. What about Edwin Moses? Won 122 consecutive races. I think everybody's got something to cherish. I think this is something that my kids are going to love one day.
The Dream Team squared off against Croatia again.
Damn, Croatia looked tall as hell.
And in the gold medal game, offering the world one more lasting impression of their supremacy.
Hey, Mullinga pass. Clyde dunked that. Clyde gotta be like one of the most underrated players of the 90s. Facts.
Team USA came to send a message tonight. We wanted to win, we wanted to dominate, but how we did it. Sharing the ball.
Behind the back, another one.
Including everybody. We did it as a true team.
Look at the ball. Magic for 3? First time ever. Nah.
Campeón olímpico y medalla de oro, el equipo de los Estados Unidos de América.
There was never really any doubt the Dream Team would win gold in 1992. But as they walked back onto the court to get their medals, the moment still overwhelmed them.
You saw a lot of tears.
Jordan crying.
It was a very proud.
Mr. I ain't even want to come. Now he crying.
Because anytime you represent your country, you know, that's a prideful thing.
Look at Scotty.
Man. Sent chills down my spine. It was a reward that I had never felt like that I would ever achieve. To do it on that stage with those group of guys, it's a memory I'll never forget.
Nothing in my life has ever felt like standing on that podium. I was getting goosebumps.
Every single time I heard the national anthem after that had a different significance to me.
Damn.
I knew what it really meant, you know.
Tough. To really play for your country, represent your country, a crazy feeling, man.
As a young kid growing up, I used to watch Olympics on TV with my father, and all he talked about was the Star Spangled Banner and the gold medal. Made him feel proud to be American. Being up on that podium that night and receiving it, my father, he'd been pretty proud.
W. Bird.
Those emotions just overcame me. I got to be one of the guys one more time for my country. I said, man, I'll never forget this moment.
Oh, also, I did hear that Magic, he came back in like 1995. He unretired. I didn't even know that. Somebody in the comments said that. I didn't even know.
You know, this is the end. This is how I wanted to go out.
Hey, beautiful story, man. Bro came back from catching, you know, what he had. Still came out, played, represented his country, did his thing one last time, him and Bird. Beautiful story, storybook ending for Bird and Magic, man.
This group may well be the greatest team ever assembled in the history of team sports.
That's what y'all think
The
still?
medal ceremony was over. Another realization began to settle in.
When I walked off, I remember thinking that whole dream has come to an end.
Now it's over.
The next season, every Olympian except Magic Johnson and Larry Bird would return to the NBA. Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen would win their third title against Charles Barkley and the Phoenix Suns.
That's tough. He played Charles right after the Olympics that
Win
next
their
year.
third title against Charles Barkley and the Phoenix Suns.
That probably was a little different. Felt
On the way
crazy.
to 6 championships overall. The last 3 with Tony Kukoc.
Tony Kukoc.
Eventually, other members of the team would also win titles. But each NBA player on the Dream Team would reach the Hall of Fame.
Tough.
Still, it's what they did together that summer that had the biggest impact on the game.
Wait, Christian Laettner made the Hall of Fame? Maybe for college, I guess.
An impact that continues to grow today.
It really lifted basketball. And and gave birth to international stars who had nothing to do with those games in '92, but who took so much from it.
We made the game a worldwide game.
I didn't even think about that. Watching the foreign players that watching the Olympics, like, dang, these Americans so good. They probably don't got the cable to see, to see Jordan and Bird and Magic play. So seeing them at the Olympics, hey, gave them that motivation. That, I want to play basketball. I can do this. Tough.
I talked to Tony Parker. I talked to Ginobili. I talked to Dirk Nowitzki. Those guys say their first love of basketball started with the Dream Team.
Damn.
And I'm really proud of that.
Karl Malone, the Demon.
The world can change a lot in 20 years.
Facts.
But there are moments in time you never forget. No matter how long it's been. No matter how much else has changed in your life since. 20 years later, they've all kept ties to the game in one way or another. And they all talk about the summer of '92 as if it happened just yesterday. An experience
Who was
unlike
Ted? That boy Patrick Ewing like a real pops, real African
in
dad.
their remarkable basketball lives.
Magic Kool-Aid.
I've never had more fun being around anybody. Everybody got along. There was no ego. We had fun. Clearly everybody reminds me I never won a championship. So that to me was like winning the championship, winning the gold medal, and hanging out with these guys.
The reward itself.
Perhaps we'll never see a team this great again.
Hey, Scottie Pippen is an odd looking person, bro. I'm not even gonna lie.
Perhaps we'll never see a team this great again.
Man.
No team will ever have that happen. Hasn't had that happen. And that's the dream.
Clap it up, man. That's the end. No more clips. Oh, RP Chuck Daly, man. I ain't know. RP to him, man. But yeah, definitely a W documentary, man. Definitely up there with Course of Rivals. It showed me a lot. I didn't know the Dream Team really had this much impact on fans, on basketball in general. I thought it was just the Olympics. I didn't know that this is the first time that the NBA sent pros, that all this. I thought the Olympics were always NBA, the basketball, they send their best players, of course, to the Olympics. They represent the country. Why are you sending college kids, So I never really knew that. Well, I think watching Course of Rivals, I did kind of know that, but I forgot about it until I watched this again. So, hey, great seeing what they did for basketball, the bond they created, just the impact on the world overall. Hey, it was a good vlog. A good documentary. Thank y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for telling me to react to this. And if y'all enjoyed it, make sure y'all like, comment what y'all want to see next. Subscribe, and I wrote a 4K, man. I love y'all. We out.